Hello, beautiful people. Thanks for coming to the channel. I can guarantee that many of you don't know of Geanco Foundation Gala that was held on September 29, right now. Probably, but you've heard the word Geanco because we had Meghan or Archewell donate some backpacks. But it wasn't really them donating it. It was the company who donated to Archewell for them to give it to Geanco, right? So for those of you who don't know what it is, hold on to your hats because they have snubbed the fake Nigerian princess. And today we're going to debunk that myth of Meghan being Nigerian, okay?
No kissing.
Now, for those of you, I'm sure you have all seen it, and I'm not going to go into the Archewell website because they traffic your details, right? So you're wondering what Geanco Foundation is. The Geanco Foundation is, I'll now read it from here, and a Los Angeles nonprofit, Geanco saves and transforms lives in Africa. It organizes special surgical missions and runs innovative maternal and infant health programs in Nigeria. Its David Oyelowo Leadership Scholarship for Girls provides full tuition, healthcare, and social psychological support to young female survivors of terrorism and gender inequality in the country. Incredibly worthwhile cause. Now, remember how Archewell was proud to be donating all these backpacks and school supplies, and they named the brand because it's not them who went and bought those things. It's basically the brand of the people, you know, the company who gave those bags to Archewell for them to give to Geanco, okay? And it was a big deal. Oh, you know, Archewell partner with Geanco, blah, 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 blah. And they even had them on their Facebook page. Geanco says, oh, thank you. They thank Archewell for that, right? Let's not forget the big deal that Meghan Markle's biggest lie, which still stands to this day, that she's 43% Nigerian. And we're going to get into this. But for now, so you know, there was a gala held in Los Angeles, California, at the one hotel, 8490 Sunset Boulevard, West Hollywood in California, on the 29th of September. I think it was Friday or Saturday. Yeah, I think it was Friday. And let me tell you the details about this thing, okay? Event proceeds will support the David Oyelowo Leadership Scholarship. This is it's like a fundraiser. It's a gala, but for fundraising. People pay to buy a ticket, and they raise funds for this organization, right? Event proceeds will support the David Oyelowo Leadership Scholarship for Girls, which provides full tuition, housing, healthcare, and social care to young female victims of terrorism and gender inequality in Nigeria. This unique scholarship uplifts and empowers brilliant girls in volatile, challenging circumstances. Donations will also underwrite Geanco's November 2023 special surgical mission to Nigeria. Let's not forget that Nigeria Independence Day was October 1st. I didn't hear Meghan celebrated, you know, that Nigeria princess. Wasn't she called something Ngozi something? Because she's 43% Nigerian, falsely. Those in our Geanco Foundation family support us through our annual gala, and other efforts are absolutely critical to the success of our work, said Geanco's co-founder and CEO, Afam Onyema. Spending time in fellowship with so many generous, inspiring, passionate individuals is always a joyful highlight of my year. Over the last year, Geanco has lived out its mission through such transformative efforts, and yet another minimally invasive surgery mission, organizing a special leadership summit for its scholarship girls, and building a world-class library and science lab for Brightland Academy, a school in southeast Nigeria. The gala is supported by leading figures in the entertainment industry, such as Benedict Cumberbatch, honorary chair, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Gala chair, David Oyelowo, Gala chair, and 2023 Gates Foundation goalkeepers event host. And then some other names. And also joining this gala on September 29 is gala honorees and Oscar winners Charlize Theron and Forest Whitaker. Previous gala guests include actors Rosario Dawson, Scott Eastwood, Ava DuVernay, and Sam Adegoke. I don't know who that is. For a full list of past attendees, please see here. Ending world poverty is a critical objective worldwide, asserted Gala chair David Oyelowo. We cannot and must not undervalue the importance of educating and empowering girls in accomplishing this objective. It is an honor to dedicate myself to working. So basically, Meghan and Harry were not invited. The Nigerian princess on Invictus game, according to the Nigerian team. Remember how she did these pictures and everything? Nigeria's Independence Day came and went. Nothing. If you're enjoying this video, please don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe, because we are working against an algorithm who pushes our videos down. We are fighting censorship, and you subscribing, making sure you're still subscribed. If you want to join the channel, fantastic. You know, if you want to buy the merch, that really helps the school. Thanks for the PayPal donations. Thanks for the super chats. You guys are amazing. But it's most amazing that you always support. So please subscribe. You know, it's free. And if you want to join and become a member to enjoy our lives, you know, and the call-ins, that's amazing too. So thank you. Now, for those of you, I did hire a genealogist in Florida. She has a PhD. However, she's too scared to come online to talk about this yet. So she's thinking it over. In the meantime, I'll give you the gist of this, because genealogy is quite a very specific science. And math never lies. Now, let's not forget that Meghan Markle went on Rachel Ray, the show, and said that she had hired a genealogist and she was going to Malta because her family was from Malta. On the TIG, she went on to say that she felt at home in Malta because everybody looked like her. We all know that that is a bold-faced lie, because actually Mr. Markle's great-great-great-grandparents emigrated from, one of them was a cook at Windsor Castle, and they tried their luck in India because I think his great-great-grandfather was in the army or something. And then from India, they moved to Malta, where the great-great-grandmother was born. And then after that, they moved to Canada and then to New Hampshire. They are not from Malta. There is no DNA from Malta. It's just geography where her great-great-grandmother was born. So the fact that she falsely claimed that she looked like people from Malta, that she looked Mediterranean, I'm surprised, because 43% of a tribe in Nigeria, because there's over 370 tribes in Nigeria, it's quite high for her. The only way that she could have a high percentage of a particular tribe in Nigeria, because of course now she goes and says that she hired another genealogist, because I don't think it's the very same genealogist she went with to Malta, because if that is the case, why isn't she asking for her money back? Because clearly she doesn't have any Maltese genetics or DNA or heritage, nothing, because you know her great-great-grandparents just lived there for a little bit, and it happens that one of their kids was born there, and then they moved to Canada. She might as well claim she has 43% Canadian. But no, it was Maltese, because that was what was predominant according to the genealogist, right? So for Meghan Markle to have such almost, 43% is pretty high, because it would mean that her mother, Doria Ragland, either her mother or father would have come directly from a tribe in Nigeria, get married, have Doria, and pass that portion, because then Doria would be 50% Nigerian, pure from a tribe in Nigeria, and 50% the other, because that's the way it works. You're a mix of both DNAs equally, okay? So it would have to be that Meghan, we would have to take into consideration her Maltese heritage, which she has none, but she has publicly stated that she has Maltese, and she went to Malta. She even wore the Maltese, the traditional dresses from Malta. Remember, you see the, I'll post the pictures here, but you can see it in the thumbnail for this video. You can see Meghan Markle there. She doesn't wear a Nigerian gown. It's the official national dress of Malta. That's how insane and how much this woman culturally appropriates. It's insane, okay? So she should get her money back from that other genealogist, because she didn't go to Nigeria, did she? But that's not the case. That is absolutely not the case. In fact, if we go back to the first Ragland that came into Richard Ragland, who's recorded, the one that they have on record, he was married to a Mary that's unknown, right? And they had a child named Steve Ragland, who married Texie Hendrick, which was 100% white. Okay, they had a child, Jeremiah Ragland. So this child already is biracial, 50-50. And he married Maddie Turnitspeed, and he married Claudie Ritchie. So Jeremiah Ragland married Claudie Ritchie, who was the product of Maddie they don't know who the guy Ritchie, born in Georgia, they don't know who it is. But Maddie Turnitspeed was half black, half white, because she was a slave, but the slave owner had sex with her, and she produced a child called somebody had sex with somebody, and Maddie was colored. She was biracial, 50% white, 50% black. Out of that, she married Maddie, who is biracial, married somebody called Richie, or lived with somebody called Richie. They don't know if it's black or white, most likely black, but she's biracial. And she had a daughter called Claudie Ritchie, who married Jeremiah Ragland, who was biracial, because his mother was Texie Hendrick, who was fully white, and his father was black. And on the other side, Claudia was already colored, because her mother was biracial, white and black. Okay, and from that union, they have Dora Ragland. They have 4 kids. From those 4 kids, Steve R. Ragland, who is Doria's great-grandfather, was born. And he's, of course, all of the kids that were produced by Jeremiah Ragland and Claudie Ritchie are colored, biracial, because, of course, they're white. They're biracial. They are biracial. They have they're even labeled as colored or mulatto, which means that it's what we call biracial, okay? Because they're very light skinned, their features and everything. They produce 5 children, okay? One of them, and then we have Doria Ragland, and There was a child, also Steve Ragland, that was born, who married Louise Russell, who came from the other side, the maternal side of Doria Ragland. They're all biracial because there was a lot of mix of white and black in their families. So there's no, what I'm trying to say, there's no pure bloodline there. So all of these people, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Doria Ragland is the 7th generation, and Meghan Markle is the 8th generation. Now, Doria Ragland's mother is Jeanette Arnold, and she is also biracial. And then you have Alvin, who's also mixed race. And then Doria is born. Now, Doria marries Mr. Markle. Mr. Markle is 100% Irish Scottish, as white as they come. I mean, there's nothing there. There's no mixed race. There's nothing. They're pure white people, miners and cooks and stuff like that. You know, they're all poor. So it's impossible for Meghan Markle to have 43% of a tribe, of a particular tribe in Nigeria. It's impossible, especially if we consider that she's also from Malta, because she did all that photo shoot. There's that thing at the TIG that she might try to erase, but it's not there. So to me, it's incredible that this lie, it's allowed to stand, and that the news outlets are not calling her out and asking her to explain herself as to why she says she was from Malta. Why? Where is the journalistic integrity and call her out? Instead, they used Invictus games for the veterans, for her to do that shameful show display, you know, almost naked and pretty much, you know, showing her bits everywhere, her nasty little bits there everywhere, showing no respect, to promote a lie or you know, or to lend credibility to her lie that she's Nigerian, because they managed to grab the Nigerian team to say, our Nigerian princess. And Invictus allowed that to happen. So yes, I will never be supporting Invictus Games Foundation's anything, especially since they already did a business which is called IGF Trading Limited. And they have promoted that travesty of Netflix, which everybody's quiet and not talking about it. I mean, this woman herself, Meghan Markle, has claimed that she was never treated as a black woman until the United Kingdom actually celebrated her heritage of being mixed race. And that offended her, because that reminded her something that she wants to forget, which is she's mixed race. So I ask you, beautiful people, why? I'm gonna have, hopefully, you know, the lady will come and talk to me, and I'll be able to show you exactly what Meghan Markle is. And I call her out. She hasn't celebrated October 1st, which is Nigeria Independence Day. She has violated the Malta culture by wearing their national traditional dresses and falsely claiming to be part of that culture for promotion, for PR, just because she's embarrassed of being black or part black. And I think this is my very personal opinion, that her anger stems from the fact that she is mixed race and that she hates that. I bet you that Meghan Markle wishes that she could take all that black genetic thing and get it removed from her life. She's very proud of the fact that her kids are extremely white. Those Invictus kids. So, but what do you guys think? Hopefully I'll be able to present, because unfortunately the report that the lady gave me has her sealed and everything, and she's worried that the sugars are going to come after her. Rightly so, because you have no idea of the death threats and everything that we face every day on YouTube and by these crazy people. But the only way Meghan Markle could be 43% of a tribe in Nigeria, we still don't know which tribe that is, because as I said, there's 371 tribes, is if her grandfather had come directly from Nigeria on her mother's side. Because Endoria would be 50% from a tribe in Nigeria. But even then, when she married she had married Mr. Markle, and Mr. Markle had 20% of Nigerian, then because everything is math, when we're born, we have equal thing of DNA on parents. So, but Mr. Markle has no percentage of Nigerian. His family's as white as they come, as Irish, Scottish, British, no mix. And on her mother's side, on both sides of the family, mother and father, they're biracial, up to 6 generations, back to 6 generations. So whatever DNA that Meghan Markle may have had or inherited from Sierra Leone or Congo, which is most of the slaves were brought from to the United States, it's very little. I already have the percentage. I have all of that. But I want to show it to you with the lady because she'll be able to explain it better and how she went about it. But the only way to know exactly is to do a blood test for Meghan Markle. And I don't understand why the journalists are not demanding that. And they're going along with their lies and actually celebrating it. Oh, the Nigerian princess, the Nigerian this. But yet, Geanco didn't invite Harry nor Meghan Markle, the Nigerian fake princess, to the Geanco Gala. But Benedict Cumberbatch was there. Forrest Whitaker was there, I think. And Charlize Theron, they were there. Not Meghan Markle nor Harry. They were snubbed. Interesting, isn't it? Please let me know what you think.